For me, the highlights in the period have been a very good uplift in NAV per share, up 8.3% since last year end. And that's on the back of some healthy increase in the value of our portfolio, both on the continent and in the UK. In terms of earnings, we've seen a good increase in adjusted earnings per share, which in fact on a constant currency basis would have been up almost 10%. That's been driven in part by a very healthy 4.3% increase in like-for-like net rents and by some very good leasing activity in the period. Businesses want to occupy the space that we own. We're seeing very good demand on the back of the improving economic environment on the continent and a strong economic performance in the UK, but also by the fact that many retailers and logistics operators and B2B companies are re-engineering and reconfiguring their supply chains on the back of cost pressures, but also the need to respond to convenience retailing and internet sales. And investors want to own the type of buildings that we operate because they're attracted by the occupational demand. They like the income yield and they like the prospects for rental growth. We've seen some very encouraging performance on the continent in the first half of this year. Occupational demand has been improving on the back of the economic recovery. We've seen values move up across the entire portfolio pretty much and overall by 2.3% on the continent. We've seen some good progress with development. But I think the real highlight for me in the half has been the acquisition of Vialog. This is Italy's leading logistics developer. There's a fantastic team of about a dozen people that come with it. They've built about 1.5 million square metres over the last decade. And we've acquired not only the team, but a very good land bank and some great opportunities for future development. With investment market pricing being relatively high at the moment, but with good occupational demand across all of our core markets, we're very actively getting to work on our development programme. So we completed 8 schemes during the first half of the year. We have 26 developments currently under construction, and that's covering all of our main markets, the Midlands in the UK, the South East, France, Germany, Poland, now also in Italy. And we'll be looking to add to that as we go through the balance of the year. And we enter the second half of the year with a very healthy pipeline of development opportunities. We're seeing good occupational demand from a very wide range of sectors, and particularly it's centred on the big box distribution centres, the big DCs, where we've built space for ASICS in Germany. We've provided space to Volkswagen in Poland for distribution of car parts. We've built a facility for Porsche in East Germany, again for parts distribution. And also then in terms of the urban distribution space, that's been a very busy period for us. We're delighted to have done our second deal with Ocado, this time at Stockley Close, our speculative development scheme just north of Heathrow. We've leased space to Wasabi at the Origin scheme in Park Royal. That's for distribution obviously of sushi throughout London. And in Germany, we've built another parcel delivery centre for DHL Deutsche Post. Rental prospects are certainly looking much more encouraging than they have done for many years. We've certainly seen very strong evidence of rents moving up in London and the South East, especially around Park Royal and parts of Heathrow. That's also impacting the UK logistics market, especially in the Golden Triangle and down the M1 corridor where we're very active. And on the continent, we're in a much more stable position than we've seen for quite some time. So logistics rents are pretty much stable everywhere in France, Germany. In Poland, they're a little bit weaker because of some of the competitive pressures out there. And in terms of our urban distribution and light industrial schemes in the big conurbations, again, we're seeing pretty encouraging progression in terms of rental levels. Our priorities for the rest of 2015 are firstly to take advantage of the strong market conditions that we're enjoying at the moment. That's going to drive, we hope, occupancy improvements again and further rental uplifts. Also give us the ability to deliver more development schemes as we go through the year. And in both of these fronts, we've got a very healthy list of negotiations and inquiries ongoing as we enter the second half of the year. Secondly, we will remain on the lookout for acquisitions, but with investment market pricing being relatively full right now, we don't think there'll be too many opportunities that meet our very strict investment thresholds. On the other hand, we will be looking to deploy more capital into the development programme. As I mentioned earlier, we have 26 schemes under development and we have every prospect of adding to that significantly in the months ahead. And at the same time, we will be looking to take advantage of the investment market strength and take some money off the table, whereby we think we have some assets that will probably be valued more highly by others than by SEGRO. And I think it's a good time for us to be selling a few assets.